throwback edition. That's all.
We are live right here in living color. Look at this. Steven, Greg, in the flesh right here for you, sporting our new Royal Rumble gear. Boom, boom. You show yours off. Penta, baby.
Penta, baby.
Penta, baby. We are live and in living color. Okay, nobody's on the channel. That's cool. Anyway, so glad to be here. Oh, did we freeze? Cool. Yep. Never. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So we are here. Greg is happy to be in Indianapolis. There we go. Close enough. Yeah, Greg, how was your trip here? And you're raring to go today, aren't you?
And it's a long, hard road to get here. It took 3 flights to get from Arizona to here in cold Indianapolis. But we got there. Got it yesterday morning. We did the thing out in downtown Indianapolis, seeing the stars, getting some pictures, and doing some shopping, and ready for tonight. So it was all worth it. The pretty much a day and a half without sleep. And we got there and we are ready to go. Can't wait.
And let's just get right into it. We got matches. We only got 4 matches to do, but that is okay. There we go. We got our first one. WWE Tag Team Champions DIY against Motor City Machine Guns. 2 out of 3 falls. I'm expecting this to run 20, 25 minutes. We know that these things never go in Sweep City. So, I assume it'll be 1-1. Well, we know it's going to be 1-1 because, let's face it, these guys have gone back and forth. Greg, do you see any way DIY loses the tag team title? No,
I do not. Like I said, it's going to be 1-1, 3rd fall, and I expect shenanigans to happen in the 3rd fall. Maybe a weapon comes into play and the referee's back is conveniently turned, something to that effect. But Ciampa and Gargano will cheese their way to retaining the titles.
And I think we can play off last night. We can have Pretty Deadly. Maybe cost DIY somehow if they go that route. Or we could have Los Garza cost Motor City Machine Guns because, they walked out of the match last night. So I think it's going to be DIY. It's just way too soon to give them the titles back. So, but what about this one? We have had Kevin Owens holding on to the winged eagle belt. He's hanging out with it. That's the thing. Like, are they going to play it up like whoever grabs both titles, whoever grabs one title wins? Do they have to hook the big old thing? Like, you could play this a bunch of different ways. I do predict we'll see a package pile driver on a ladder, right? I mean, we got to see that at some point. Maybe Cody does the stretcher spot where they take him out and he comes back, but this is all Cody. I mean, I want Owens to win in a way, and then maybe Cody can win it right back at Elimination Chamber, but this is all Cody. Are you going to pull the trigger?
I hate to agree with you because, me, I am in the Kevin is right camp.
Yeah.
And I love me some Cody. Much love for Cody. He's, the ultimate company man. And, he's all about it for, growing the business and the kids and the fans. And, he gave me a great selfie last year after an event. And so, I love me some Cody, but, I'm in the KO camp for this rivalry. And I would love nothing more than nothing else to see him get those titles. And to answer your question, I was wondering what would happen if they both end up on the ladder. Each one pulls out one belt. And so they're both holding one title.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what's going to happen. And Cody is going to retain.
And I mean, and like I said, would it be worth what Owens is going to win. We want him to go on the legit run.
Yeah.
So, like, if he wins tonight and he loses at Elimination Chamber a month later, was it even worth it? So I don't know. Anyways, I know that's going to be a family member because they're doing ones unblocked. We're just going to leave that alone. I'm going to have to hurry up and maybe get through the next couple slides, but that's okay. They will call us back. So we got the Women's Royal Rumble match. We got the names like Bayley, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, Io Sky. We got lots of ladies that haven't been predicted yet. I think we got 10 to 12 right now. I think names like Nikki Bella, AJ Lee, maybe. I mean, if that pop comes out, she comes out, that pop will be off the charts.
Yes.
And I think that'd be really awesome. And I would be fine with if she just did the Rumble and was done with, and just kind of left. Like, that's what she did. But trying to think of, some Jordan Grace, right? We're all expecting. Official. She's officially signed, but she's at her mom's 50th birthday party in Texas. Well, that's what we're thinking. No, that's what she said. So Jordan Grace goes on a good run if she gets in there. I'm going to go first pick. I'm going to pull out Io Sky for the win because I feel like, we talked about this a lot with Charlotte Flair. She does not need another Rumble win, but I understand she's getting all the return pop for it, and she's getting the merchandise, and she's just fully going to embrace the queen or top girl, they're calling her now. Mm-hmm. So if she wins, I'll be like, okay, I get it. But I kind of want Io Sky to sneak out the win, and it's her and Rhea Ripley at Mania. Which direction are you going?
First, before I answer that question, I'm going to pivot back to the Jordan Grace thing.
Sorry, yeah.
And I watched something about this today, that last year, Jordan Grace posted she was going to be watching at home. And then she was in it. And she was in the event. And today, she said, or yesterday or whatever, she's hosting a birthday party conveniently today. Or it said this weekend. So it could have been yesterday.
It could have been yesterday.
It could be tomorrow. It could be the Friday. So I expect to see Jordan Grace there.
And we also feel old because her mom is 50 years old.
Exactly. Yes. And guess how old this guy is.
Greg could be your dad. Yeah. You could be her daddy.
I would love to be her daddy.
Well, whatever direction you want to take that. I think we just lost our 2 viewers on that comment. Anyways, but yes, Jordan Grace will be there. I think it's going to be interesting to see what she'll have, because now that she's probably under the WWE umbrella, she's not going to have her TNA. And I guess that'll be interesting too, does she show up in TNA at some point? But I think they had too much. Well, they did. They gave her the goodbye cake. They gave her the goodbye love. There was, every sign points that she's signing with WWE. So,
we can pivot and give you my final 4.
Of course, final 4. I didn't get mine, but I'll think and see who I pick.
And this plays into who I think I'm going to see coming back. So, of course, it's going to be Charlotte.
Yep.
I also expect to see Becky return.
Yep.
And, we can do this because we know that, Charlotte's on SmackDown and they're going to put Becky on Raw.
Yeah.
But the new baby, it only makes sense to put her with Seth on Raw.
Yeah.
So they can travel together, bring the baby and all that stuff, bring the nanny, and all travel as a family. So they can do this, put them in there as the 2 of the final 4, and not have any issue because they're both going to go off their separate ways after tonight.
Yep.
So I got Charlotte and Becky as 2 of my final 4. I have Bianca.
Yeah,
there as my 3rd woman. And then for both men and women, for me it's who's the 4th person, because you can make a good argument for a number of different people. I was looking at Bayley, of course, Lyra Valkyria, Liv, because
she's been runner-up 2 years in a row.
Exactly. So you could make a great story for all 3 of them. But I'm going to go way off script, and I'm going to put some NXT reputation up in this mug.
Okay.
I'm going to channel Booker T, and we're going to put it Roxanne Perez as the fourth girl. Yes, because she could be the one to take out Bailey and, set off that rivalry because they're already cooking.
They're like, yeah, there's something there.
And what better way to bring her onto the main roster and show she's going to be a legit top girl from here on out than having her be one of the final four in this match. That idea at all. So there you got it. Bianca, Charlotte, Becky, and Roxanne Perez are your final four. And then as far as the winner, I think it's all Charlotte.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and it just feels too much there, and like you said, I think you could still sprinkle in surprises. You could sprinkle in like the final four, maybe like you said, Roxanne. I like Bianca as the Iron Woman. Like maybe she's number 1 or 2, and she just goes the distance. Like I think she's due for that type of run. What about Jade? Does Jade show up in this?
I think so.
I feel like it's a SmackDown story, so do we wait?
If I see Jade coming in, it's to ruin, Bianca's opportunity.
Or Naomi.
And that'd be more reason.
She doesn't know who did it, so maybe she just takes out both women.
Or maybe she does know who did it, and they're just.
Oh yeah,
and she goes for
because we haven't heard any more into it. Like
right.
They kind of let it simmer. So.
And there's always the security footage at the arena, so it's not like they can't dig that up. But they've kept it on the low for a reason.
I do like Roxanne Perez in there. I had completely forgot about her, but her in the lineup last 4 or 5. I think that's a good, especially like we said, taking out Bailey because Bailey's kind of got the upper hand on her
right
the last couple of times. So,
and then with Charlotte, you get the rematch with Rhea because Rhea.
Oh, you're gonna do Charlotte and Rhea?
Charlotte.
Or you're gonna do Charlotte and Tiffany?
I think Rhea would be more fun just because if you're gonna bring in Charlotte and it looks like they're angling her to be champion and the heel.
That's what's interesting against Tiffany. Are we going to start pushing Tiffany as a face or just a tweener, depending on where she's positioned against? But
right now, Tiffany looks.
And do we want to blow it out of the water already? Like, do we want to give Charlotte and Tiffany already? Like,
exactly.
I know Mania is still 2 months away, but I don't know that. I don't. I'm kind of mixed on that.
I think Charlotte wants to right the wrong of her losing to Rhea at WrestleMania.
Okay.
And that's why she would pick Rhea.
Yeah.
And then Tiffany is not ready for Charlotte yet.
Yeah.
So I think it would make sense to have Charlotte and Rhea. You got a mega match or the return, the rematch, all the things.
Who do you think Tiffany gets that Mania?
Can
we do a multi? Is a multi-woman match? Because she's not, is she ready? If we don't think she's ready for a one-on-one feud, maybe you do throw in. Because, Nia, Candice LeRae, all those women have kind of been there. So, I don't know, maybe a multi-women match. I know it's the women's title. So, and like you said, Tiffany just won it, so it doesn't hurt. I don't think it would hurt her to, do something like that. But I really like Bianca to get a good run.
When we're talking about Jordan Grace, maybe Jordan Grace is the
first feud. Yeah, because you got the muscle, to outpower Tiffany, and it can let Tiffany play up the selling point of that.
Right, and like I said, she's already on the more heel side.
I guess we could get
Jordan Grace is going to be a baby,
but we could get Tiffany or Jordan and Nia. Trying to see Jordan lift her up.
We've
already seen the KOD done. So, I don't know what Jordan. I forgot what her. I'm sure she's got a power move, like a pick, gorilla slam or something. So, her picking up Nia at Mania.
That would be fun.
So, yeah. All right. So we are going I'm going Io Sky. You are going Charlotte. But like I said, if Charlotte wins, I won't be like hurt or like, it is. Finally, here it is. They are touting this biggest Royal Rumble men's match of all time. You just look at the names and you think this is really a WrestleMania Royal Rumble. Like, you got Cena in his last Rumble ever, or ... so he wants to come back. I do say, I think Cena's going to play up for at least a year. I mean, I don't see Cena pulling back the curtain going, no, I'm coming back. Like, he might be the taker, like breaking glass thing. But anyways,
sure.
Roman in there, who I feel like Roman's been not talked about that much other than last Monday, right? So it's kind of funny to think he's under the radar. We got CM Punk. Obviously, we had the Punk and Owens stare down that there was a lot of holy you-know-what comments.
Yep.
And I don't know if they've ever faced off like one-on-one. So I think that could be a really interesting match there. Watching that kickoff show, Greg, I'm like, man, if Sami Zayn won this, it would be like Bryan Danielson winning like at Mania 30. I think it would have that type of like feel to it.
Yeah.
Because you have this guy that is always right there. We never know when he's going to get another title, or get a run like this. So, but I still think that Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn Mania match, where they're both at levels above when they faced before.
Right.
I mean, that's just too juicy to pass up. I mean, and Drew McIntyre is kind of like this under the radar, sneaky pick that you could throw out. Mm-hmm. Nakamura, yeah, he's there. Logan Paul.
Yeah. I will
I'm
stop.
telling you what, I mean, the rumors are Paul and Gunther, but would we be okay with Logan Paul winning the Elimination Chamber match?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So Jey Uso, he's there. Penta. I think that's where we really that's got to be like not the Iron Man, but he's got to get a good run.
Yeah, I agree.
Sean, thanks to Sean for joining me on Thursday night. Maybe entering 15 or 14, he said, and lasting, through the last 10. So then that way he's got to, faces off with a couple of different people. It sounds like the Dom Mysterio thing could be a thing tonight. Him and Dom facing off because he kind of went after him last night. So, and then I brought up maybe Braun taking him out. And then you're feuding with Braun and Penta, and maybe Penta gets the WrestleMania moment of the IC title because I feel like they really want to give him a title, or they want to push him up anyway. I mean, he was, like you said, you got the shirt already. He's on the graphics.
Yep.
I mean, he's all in, and he just looks renewed and all this. Chad Gable, could he be the Iron Man? I mean, a nice, sneaky, 50, 46 or 50, 60 minute run. And of course, Rey Mysterio is always out there. So, like we said, I think Dom could be a sneaky guy to get in there. Trying to think of, I guess I haven't thought about many men surprised. Joe Hendry, after him being at WrestleCon and TNA champion, he makes sense. What other names I think are floating out there, Greg? Because I feel like they're giving us such big people.
Right.
They're not there's like names that we're probably forgetting that could, be like, oh wow. But is there any names that are going to pop you that we haven't really thought about yet?
Well,
you have your handy dandy notebook, or
I do. And you've heard one since I got here, my ringtone.
Okay, Aleister Black,
Mr. Aleister Black. Now that he's not in AEW anymore,
there's a name that is true.
If I think the thing about the non-competes came out last year, and
I think he's free.
Non-competes are not a thing anymore. We can see him tonight, and that would probably be really big. I would love to see that. I expect him to be here. Yeah. Put him on the same brand with Zelina. Yeah. Put the couples together, and welcome back, Aleister. I want to see that. And then the big elephant in the room, hopefully will be in the room. My other guy, Mr. Brock Lesnar.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Put some Brock in my veins, baby. Give me that Brock. I want it. I need it. I want to see it. And
like we said, there's allegations out there now.
And like I said, Brock is not guilty of anything. He was offered female companionship. Nothing says anywhere that he took it. So I'm just saying. I'm staying in the corner of my dude until they prove him to be complicit. Yeah. So, and as of right now, he is not. He was just offered a woman.
But even
misses
TKO
don't-
knowing his name is out there in those, it's got to be a big like.
Yeah, but imagine the pop though. Brock is money. He
I,
is.
I guess I would be interested to see if people are still on his side.
I think there's no doubt they will
Yeah.
be.
He's not going to get the Hogan treatment.
No, absolutely not. Because he can wrestle still. He can give you a half-hour match if you need a half-hour match. And you don't hear anything about Brock when he's away.
Yeah,
Aside
I mean that's
from this,
true.
which
We don't have the like. It's not as big a dark cloud,
right.
but it's still a little cloud over him, right? I mean, you got to admit that. I know you're not totally on board with it, but like, I don't know. Then
it's like I was saying. I'm in every sport. I'm sure owners offer players things to sign with them that we don't hear about.
I mean,
so this is just something that got out.
It is like, we don't know what everybody's personal business is.
Exactly. So
what do you got for
I would love to see Brock, but I don't think he will be there. But I want to see him there because that's my dude.
I mean, I would be interested. Like I said, I'm kind of mixed about what reception he might get, especially with that allegation. Like, I mean, it was just out yesterday or 2 days ago. Like, it's not like it's given like people have a month to think about it and think like, I don't know.
True, but
I feel like there would be a little smattering of booze. Not to overpower the cheer.
It would be drowned out by
or it could just be that big first pop, and then like okay.
No, it's not like Hogan. It has
like Hogan had the little pop at first, even though there was, and then the boo bird took over.
Right,
and it's good that he didn't go in the ring because man,
he could make it.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. So,
what about a final four for you?
Final four for the men. I have Punk.
Okay. Yep.
I got Roman Reigns.
Yep.
I have Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And then that fourth man again. That's the whole straw that's going to stir the drink there. So not the thing. We're gonna. I think Santina's coming in around number 10. But there's a great case to be made for Drew. Mm-hmm. There's a great case to be made for Sammy. They've done a lot with him, kicking the heads off of
everybody,
Cody, everybody, right? But I'm going to say the one, the quote caliber guy to give the people what they want. Mm-hmm. John Cena. Yeah, as one of the final four. Yeah, and all four of those guys have beefing history with each other. Mm-hmm. Punk and Rollins, of course. Rollins and Reigns. Mm-hmm. Reigns and pretty much everybody.
Well, who's to say Punk doesn't want Roman?
That's right. I'm sure at some point he does. And then John Cena, he just wants to win and throw everybody out. Yeah. So I love those four being the final four. Yeah. You just kind of going chalk right here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I feel like, is there going to be any surprise fourth person left? But I just can't see it.
I don't either. I would love for my guy Penta to be the fourth man, or somebody like Braun to be the fourth man.
Maybe the last 10.
Drew we just had in there as the main event last year. So what he's doing right now and the level he's on, keep him there. And he can take that into the Elimination Chamber, maybe do something in the Elimination Chamber. But I think that's my final four. And as far as the winner, again, I gotta go with, even though I really don't want to, I'm going with Roman Reigns. Because there's too much juicy.
Does he pick Cody though?
That's the thing. Cody and Roman are 1-1 in the last two WrestleManias. Yeah. So this is the rubber match.
We do need them. Yeah, that's true. I ain't thought about that.
So each one has their win the last 2 years, and now this is the one that settles the score. The storylines are folding out correctly, as whereas Roman doesn't have an army at his back this time. This is truly going to be a one-on-one affair. So you have the shenanigans the last 2 years. This is going to be straight up who's the better man, and then we move from there. So I got Roman in there. We get our third match to settle the score.
I hadn't thought about that aspect at all because I'm gonna go with Seth freaking Rollins.
Wow.
I feel like everybody's canceling each other out.
Exactly.
You know, like,
exactly.
Like I don't. You know, we've talked about this for weeks now. Like with Cena, he wins a third Royal Rumble, so that would break Stone Cold, and he's gonna break Ric Flair's record in 1 year in his retirement year. That's a lot of breaking records, but it is Cena. But I don't. I would like, and I'm all with Logan Paul and Cena for some reason. I know, but but Cena gets the win over Logan. Like,
I hope
shut it
so.
up. You know what I mean? Kurt Angle got Baron Corbin for his retirement match at WrestleMania. So I think I'd rather have Logan Paul, who's obviously miles ahead of Baron Corbin, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Tom Petzock, as his name is. But anyways, so maybe Logan Paul taking out Cena. And I mean, I hate to be the little noticing, but Cena did his retirement speech, and then who they show on screen right after? Logan Paul. I'm just saying. So, now the caveat is, how much can Logan be on TV if he's trying to get ready for his boxing match with his brother? So, that's going to be interesting for WrestleMania season because that's in March, and then April a month later. It is a little 3 weeks difference because WrestleMania is a couple weeks later because it's the middle of, or it's almost like the third week of April. It's Easter weekend stuff.
Right.
But I feel like Seth Rollins, him and Gunther, right? And then whoever wins, and then I think the favor of Paul Heyman is Punk wants Reigns one-on-one at Mania. And no title. You don't need a title on the line. You just want to show who's better. So I'm kind of going with that route. Now, as far as Cody, I don't know who the heck is Cody. Unless Cena wins Elimination Chamber, then you do Cody and Cena at Mania. So, but I think Seth Rollins gets the win. Now, what's crazy is, how do you do the Seth Rollins that we're seeing against Gunther? So that might be a whole. That might be a bad planning on my part, but like I said, it just feels like people are canceling each other out. Does Drew and Sammy eliminate each other? The whole they both fall over, or does Roman just take them all out? So, and who's to say there's still could be a name out there that we're not even thinking about, but
I think there is, and I think I know who it is.
Not Brock.
Okay,
He's not winning the main. If he wins the Rumble, now I will say, if he wins Rumble, I don't think people. I'm just saying.
You may be right about that.
I feel like I don't know. I just feel like people would feel like that's just a wasted spot for the Rumble, him winning.
Right.
Okay.
And you know what? I'd actually agree with that.
I mean,
he can't just come out of nowhere and win.
And it's Brock. I don't know.
Brock doesn't need any more street credibility.
Yeah.
That's
what's tough with some of the winners. Roman's won it before. Cena's won it twice. I mean, my heart wants Punk to win it, but I feel like Punk has been too confident, and they've been pushing him too much, saying, "I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning."
Right.
If you had Paul Heyman with you, you feel like, okay, but I don't know. If Punk wins, I'm going to go crazy because I think that would be the feather in his cap, and then he gets a Mania event or WrestleMania main event, but he could still do that with the Paul Heyman favor. So it's you got a couple avenues to play up there. So,
well, you got two Roman or Paul Heyman guys in our final four with Reigns and Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So anything's possible, but
who's to say Paul doesn't turn on Roman? Right.
Okay.
But I feel like they're keeping Punk as a face too. And if you put
for the moment, he can flip it any second.
Yeah, I'm sure. But does it feel like he kind of just? Well, I'm sure he loves being the heel, obviously. So.
Absolutely.
And that's what Stephanie McMahon brought up, how much better it's to be a heel than a face. But What was the name? Sorry, I kind of ran you over. What was the name though you were thinking that we're not thinking about?
I was thinking this for John Cena too, but the name that we're not considering at this point, pretty much because he walked out, Solo Sikoa. And remember the last time we saw Solo and John Cena in the same place at the same time, Solo brutalized him, destroyed him, and it didn't take long.
Yeah.
So what better stage for him to get his chance to redeem himself for that than at WrestleMania? Solo comes in.
Cena. Okay, sorry. I was like, we're not giving the win again to Solo.
No. No, but
we haven't seen Solo though.
Exactly.
Well, what was that, 2? No, he came out and he did talk.
Exactly. And that was 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so, out of sight, out of mind. I'm sure nobody's predicting him.
But he could eliminate Cena.
But I think he's going to be in there.
Yeah.
He could be the one to eliminate him. And then there's your setup for who's Cena going to fight at WrestleMania. It's a big match.
And it gives Cena,
And it gives Cena that fire, that hatred to work on.
Because you don't do it at Elimination Chamber, do you?
No. You want to build it up. You want to build it up.
They are touting that as Cena's last time in Toronto. So it's like everything so I feel like they're trying to build up something big for him every stop.
Yeah. That would make sense. But
what about Jacob Fatu? I think I want to see him just wreak havoc. Like you throw Tozawa in there, throw Oda, throw some of the jobber squads that you and let him just 2 guys at a time. Somebody brought up they'd love to see him break the record for elimination.
I would too.
I think Roman's is 12. Because Kane was sitting at like 10 for a while. And that's a third of the field. So like, does Jacob do lucky 13 to,
He could. I would like it.
And will we see my boy Kyrie in the rumble? I know it's a wasted spot. I will be all over that. It is a totally wasted spot, but Kyrie has to be something. He has to have some involvement, right?
Well, he can come in and from hop the barrier and pull somebody out.
Yeah, especially after last night with the Carmelo Hayes stuff.
Right. But you don't want him in the physical match. I don't think the owner of the Pacers would be very happy about that.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm sure there's something in the contract about outside sports that you should not be.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I was reading today, or maybe yesterday, that the Sacramento Kings denied his request to do stuff with WWE. He wanted to do it way back then, so it's kind of cool of the Pacers to let him do this. And like you said, being safe with it. I do like the idea of him maybe running in to take out Carmelo since they kind of had some beef, and then I don't know what they do with that, but obviously you don't need him. What about the other elephant, Pat McAfee?
We can see him in there.
Corey Graves. Do you think we're angling for a match between them two?
It'd be hard to do with Graves being cast into NXT territory.
But that's the whole point, because McAfee kind of took his spot, right?
That's true. That's true, and it would be a great beat. We would love to watch it.
And I mean, because with the stuff that Corey Graves was throwing out there, the very first week he was demoted. I mean, I think there's some work there.
It would be perfect as far as Corey just coming back into in-ring and Pat McAfee being just known as an announcer and just.
Now the only downfall is if you have Corey Graves, and Corey would be a huge heel. Because just think if he eliminates McAfee, in Indianapolis in Lucas Oil Stadium.
Oh yeah.
Where he was the punter of all time, that would give Corey Graves instant heel heat.
Yeah, it's probably just.
And he was a heel anyway, I believe, back in the day. And I think he was tag team champion with somebody in NXT. But I kind of think Corey Graves might sneak in there.
I'm with it
because we haven't really, they've been talking about him being cleared. So Is there anybody? So we got Joe Hendry as the outside. What about Ziggler? Nick Neiman? Matt Cardona? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Mick Foley was downtown with Sami Zayn.
No, that's absolutely not going to happen.
I'm trying to think of who has the gimmick like Foley that we would need, like the Cobra sock puppet. Does anybody have a gimmick like Foley now? I'm trying to think. But
I think so.
Yeah,
but
remember, and Foley's kind of funny anyway, because remember the one year he was all three faces of Foley, like he had 3 spots. That I guess that year you wonder if they fudged the numbers.
Sure, yeah.
To give him, maybe 35 people, but or 33, since he would be the same person. I'm just excited for tonight. I think it's gonna be awesome. Lucas Oil's gonna be popping. My voice is ready for the countdown and the buzzer. I think I woke up hearing it in my sleep. So
let me throw out one more scenario before.
We can keep.
So I'm just flashing back to the last WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, but the last Royal Rumble I went to in 2019.
Okay.
That was the year we had Asuka and Becky in a championship match. Asuka wins, and Becky goes and enters the Women's Royal Rumble and wins. So could we see
Lana?
Yeah,
that's
it. And could we see a similar situation where KO loses, takes out somebody in the men's rumble, like a Tozawa,
goes after Cody,
and goes in his spot? He wins, and now they have he just lost this match, but he gets another title.
Yeah, and he probably would go after Cody one last time, and then could win at Mania.
Exactly. How about that?
If Kevin Owens is probably deserving of a Rumble win, right?
Absolutely.
He's what they say 0-5 in title matches at Royal Rumbles, and I don't think he's been in many Royal Rumble like physical matches, because he always has the title. Like he's 2 or 3 times against Roman at Rumble.
Yeah.
I wonder what the odds are on him. Might need to look on our live bet and see if
probably not good because
he's not expected to be in there.
Right.
He'd probably make a little chunk. But that makes perfect sense, because then, like you said, Cody, KO, and maybe you have a contract where it says, okay, if I lose, I'm not counting, as long as you're champion or something like that.
Right.
And Kevin Owens gets a WrestleMania moment, another main event.
Hey.
And then you still maybe do Punk and Reigns like night 1. And let Punk have his main event. I still like Owens and Punk though.
I would too. But after Owens wins at WrestleMania, then
and if Owens, like we said, if Owens could get a legit run,
yes,
and not get beat out by Goldberg.
That just threw up in my mouth a little bit right there. Sorry.
That's the only thing I remember about that run. Well, the friendship.
Festival of Friendship.
Yep, that was that. So, which I do have the action figure of that set up. So that's pretty cool. Kevin Owens, man, he could do that. I mean, I like the Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. What, 4? Because they've already fought.
Sure.
Main event tonight, and then there was one other match, right? Or is it just 2? Either way.
Well, I think tonight's the 3rd.
Yeah, tonight's the 3rd. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, anything for the good of the matter tonight?
A few things, yes. I got to do some shout outs.
Okay.
Shout out to, you noticed that.
How about we do this? There we go.
Strictly a, previous show. I got to get a shout out to Ricochet. My guy Ricochet, who is killing it. Love the new
golden scissors
gimmick. The new angle. Absolutely. He's doing the scissor gimmick better than the Acclaimed did. And I saw I'm going to call it like a hats off to the Rock. You can see him do a mop people's elbow.
Yeah, with his moonsault.
Right.
Yeah.
He goes and he does cross to the left, cross to the right, and then he turns like he's gonna drop people's elbow, and then he does the
moonsault.
The moonsault. I was like, is that a shout out to The Rock right there? And then I saw something the same thing with Damien Priest doing Old School last night.
Yeah.
And so
I was very surprised. Yeah.
There must be some tributes going on right now with it being WrestleMania season.
It would be kind of cool if Taker could still go. Because Taker putting over Damien Priest would be huge for Damien Priest.
It would be, yeah.
I mean, but he already, look what it did for Rhea. So, but anyways.
True. Gotta give a shout out to Soraya.
New book coming out.
New book. TMZ put it out that
she's single.
Newly single. From my guy Ronnie Ray.
If you are a toxic person, go after her. So, man, she has a type.
Yeah, rock stars. She loves rock stars.
Well, and I mean, remember Alberto? That was one of her big. Yeah, that thing fell.
It's probably why she went back to rock stars. But I'm gonna start practicing my guitar as soon as I get home.
That was quite the toxic rock star, though.
Hey, but he's a genius, though. He's a musical genius. And then shout out to my guys Falling in Reverse, because if you listen to what I listen to at home when I'm gaming, Slipknot and Falling in Reverse are at the top of my heavy rotation.
Okay. And
it just came out that they're going on tour together.
Oh, wow.
So let's go. I would be there as many dates as possible, but I am super hyped that those two are going out together.
New drummer for Slipknot because I forget his name, but he is Max Weinberg's son, who is for Bruce Springsteen's band. His son plays for the drums of Slipknot, but they it did not seem like a very mutual parting. So they got a brand new drummer in Slipknot. I mean, of course, one of their 5,000 percussion.
Exactly. The beat goes on with Slipknot, no matter who's
literally the beat goes on.
Yeah.
I will say I've never seen Slipknot in concert, but if somebody was like, "Hey, do you want to go?" I would go. Now I want to pay to go, but if somebody said, "I got an extra ticket," I would go. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? Like they're one of those bands. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay to see them, or pay like a cheap. You know what I'm like? Because I kind of would like to see how that is all put together. I mean, because you hear their songs, and I'm like, I don't know how those get played live.
They're amazing.
Especially
let me just say
the drums that are hitting at like 1,000 beats per minute with double kick pedals and double bass pedals and all this. It's like,
yeah,
but
it's beautiful,
and it's they have fire everywhere, and
it's like drinking a 12-pack of Red Bull. That adrenaline, those drums, it hits you in the chest the whole time, and those.
Well, we're talking about festivals, and I know they used to have their own little. Well, no, they were on the Ozzy festival.
Yeah, the first time I saw them was at Ozfest. Yeah, way back in the day, and they are just so good, so high energy. You can't not get hyped watching them play. And like I said, it's like drinking a 12-pack of Red Bull. You're going to be wired.
I guess I don't know how many original members there are, because they've had a lot of lineup changes.
As long as Corey's still there, that's
the main, and that's the main guy. And they did lose they lost 2 or 3 bass players to death.
True.
So, but anyway, so yeah.
And now you're throwing Falling in Reverse with them. You just upgraded from a 12-pack to an 18-pack of Red Bull. And so
that is a lot of black. We were talking about that earlier. That's what I mean. You're gonna be like, "Hey, look for me in the black T-shirt." You're not gonna. It's not gonna be.
It's gonna be easy to spot me in the crowd.
Hey, I'm not gonna say that, but
I'm just saying, you won't have a hard time finding me. But it's a very.
He's got a new song with Jelly Roll, right?
Yes, that song with the number 1 all my life.
Well, and Soraya was in that video. There was a music video for it, and she was in it. Yeah, must have been pre-breakup.
Exactly.
But she got a new book coming out, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Even though I'm sure now with this breakup, she's like, I guess I gotta go write an epilogue. Like it's gonna be a reprint, because Renee Paquette was saying she's doing the foreword for her on the audio version. So,
I had to put her on the my new wrestling girlfriend now that the new news about Asuka's come out. And,
oh God, yeah.
You know, but I'll always have love for my girl Asuka.
That wasn't you that was doing that, was it?
No, that was not me. And if I find who it was, I will come for your neck.
And then we did talk about the Caitlyn. Did you hear about the Caitlyn Clark stalker issue?
No.
Some guy moved from Texas to here to try to be with her. So there was a big. They finally caught him, but he had he had her phone number, he had everything, and they're writing her letters and all. Yeah, but that Asuka stuff, that's sad. And that's I'm wondering, is she comfortable coming tonight?
Right. That's sad.
From the tweets of it, it sounds like she's not comfortable. So, Sami Zayn's in the other room. There you go.
There you go.
He's
surprising.
Gone away. Ska will never die. It's in its 8th wave.
So, gotta shout out Sister Love to Asuka. And I'm officially retiring her as my wrestling wife.
Probably a good idea.
So the ledger's back open.
It can be a crush from a distance.
You figure, Mariah May, maybe my girl Taya, Sol Ruka, Nikita Lyons, or Megan Bain.
Well, you have
saw on AEW.
You have a type.
Exactly. I always say I don't have a type, but if you put all of them together, kind of.
There's a little bit of a type between Taya and Nikita.
Yeah. So,
there's some assets.
And that's definitely there's some assets.
Nikita looks pretty bad in the ring. Those knees must be really. Yeah.
I don't like she's trying to put her in a love triangle.
She's moving at 2 miles per hour, like a iceberg. the Ashanti and Carmen, and
it's cringy. No,
we
don't need that.
Yeah, well, and I feel like we haven't had many romance angles lately, just because I think if they go bad, they go bad.
Right.
At least Otis and Mandy kind of feels like a movie, so at least you're kind of. And they filmed this. I still can't believe they filmed the scene at Zack Ryder's pool after he'd just been let go, or Chelsea their pool stuff.
Right.
Shout out to them building a new house though. They got
right?
Oh, they got a new. It's gonna be gigantic. So they're both making okay, and they ate at St. Elmo's Steakhouse last night, which is the big, that's the big marquee restaurant. Also saw CM Punk and Danhausen had a little picture of themselves together. So nice little romantic outing for them too.
Lovebirds.
It's funny that Danhausen had the sticker of his face, covering up his face. I'm like, dude, you just did an uncovered episode with Chris. We know what you look like. But anyway, so still playing up the
character. Got you.
Anything else?
To give it.
Anything else for the good of the matter?
I think that's all. But the NFL season's over. Got to give a shout out to my sons for blowing out Golden State last night. That was an awesome win.
Yep.
We need it.
Mike Pacers got the Hawks tonight at 5. So an hour before Rumble starts.
You can watch the
we were going to get Halliburton on an underground railroad to the arena. Get him a flight. It'd be awesome if the roof was open because you could just do a helicopter drop for him.
Drop him in, yeah.
Like Charlotte. But anyway, so I totally expect Halliburton.
There you go. Maybe a mock.
Pacers are hot though. Finished January 10-2, best record for that month. Not in the NBA. I can't believe the Cavs 9 losses and the Thunder 9 losses. The Cavs they're still not on pace. Obviously, they won't break unless they go on a 25 game winning streak. Will not break the Warriors. 70?
Yeah, 72-9.
Yeah,
73-9.
Yeah, whatever.
82,
whatever they do. All right, we good?
We're good.
We are so excited for tonight.
Yes, sir.
If we want to be damn tired afterwards, I would say we do a post show, but we'll see how we feel. maybe we might do it just for S's and G's. It's a late night talking episode, so Thank you for watching. Enjoy tonight. Enjoy the weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Rumble, baby.